Safety Committee meeting for June 2nd, 2025. Counselor Gwaltney.
Here.
Wolverton's out. Brandt's out. Nelms.
Here.
And Harden.
Here.
Got 3.
Okay. So with the quorum, I'll entertain a motion to dispense with the reading and approve the minutes from the Public Safety Committee meeting from May 19th.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second.
Second, so motion by Counselor Nelms, second by Counselor Harden. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 3-0. We have 2 items under old business. 340425, request for discussion of safety issues at the intersection of Oxmoor Street and St. Charles, coming from the City Manager Glenn Adams. We will carry over this item pending.
I would like to carry this over, but we are meeting again, for example, tomorrow night. There's a lot of good ideas, but I think a lot of this is gonna have to go on into a budget cycle and have some honest discussions about enforcement of parking and the process that is required to do enforcement, which would include the penalties, et cetera. There's a lot of second and third order effects that we have to discuss on this. But right now, they've been doing canvassing. They're gonna try to come back tomorrow and give me a representation of how many people on each street want to be part of a residential parking requirement. So there's a lot going on with this, and so I believe it's relevant and it needs to be presented, but I think a lot of it's gonna be requesting to go into the budget cycle for final approval.
Who is your ad hoc committee? Like who's volunteers from the Yells Ward, or who is it?
I've got members of the community that live on the street. Of course, I have a council member also. I have members of the police department and Safe Streets. So I have a good broad group of people.
Is there a business owner in there from the Strip?
I do not have a business.
Can send them, we'll get Wayne. He has strong opinions about parking and traffic flow. I can text him. Ask if he wants to be involved. All right, so with no additional updates on this item, so currently, just for digestion of the committee between now and the next meeting, the current recommendations just for the section of St. Charles is residential parking permits, something along those lines, some sort of enforcement mechanism, increased fines.
So yes, and you also had another task in there, is the engineered
that's right, I have
design,
two. Thanks.
which he has in that they're gonna look at tomorrow, because you also asked for their feedback on that engineered design. So they're gonna provide that feedback, that's it.
I think this, okay, I'm about to say, I think the specific word was informed. So he's the engineer.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll look to feedback at the next meeting, or next committee meeting from, thanks. All right, so with no further discussion, we'll carry over 340425. 350425, public hearing set for July 14th at 6 p.m. to consider installation of traffic calming system on the west end of Oxmoor Road near Northmoor Drive and Oakmoor Drive, coming from our Ward 2 councilors, Wolverton and Allemine. As from talking with them today, there were no additional updates in this item pending the public hearing coming up in a few weeks. Does anyone else have something they'd like to share? All right. So with no objection, I will also carry over 350425, and with that, public safety is adjourned.